Can we all stand in the proper posture for the national anthem of St. Lucia? Participating teams. Our second game here tonight, that of the St. Lucia Semi-Professional Football League for 2025. DENNERY, decked in the red and white, coming up against CANARIES in the orange and of course deep blue. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. Not forgetting, we'll be back here tomorrow, God's willing, to see Mabuya Valley take on South Castries, and of course Beaufort South. They are down to take on Soufriere. Games at 6 and 8 respectively.
We're back with live action at the Philip Master Grounds. Match number 2 on tonight's fixtures. It is Dennery versus Canaries. Dennery in their traditional red and white, and that would make Canaries in the black and orange. Dennery yet to get 3 points this season. And of course, we know the exploits of Canaries. So this is a very interesting matchup between the two, Eli, here at the Philip Master Grounds.
Yeah, Tennyson, mouth-watering tie, if you'd like to call it that, up for grabs here in the second fixture. Of course, as you mentioned, well, both teams will be looking for 3 valuable points here, maybe more so Dennery than Canaries. Of course, as I made mention a little earlier, Canaries would have felt that they should have taken all 3 points against Grosile, who just lost in the first encounter against Choiseul. And then you have a Dennery team who will feel like they didn't get off to the best start, particularly how they performed in last year's edition of the Semi-Pro Football League. Nonetheless, both teams locked on 1 point. 1 win, 1 draw and 1 loss from the 2 games that they've played. So they're both in 6th and 7th position. Dennery just nicking it by virtue of them scoring more goals.
Yeah, so again, we often tell you in football that the table doesn't lie. So based upon where they're positioned, it shouldn't be much of a margin between the two. So the 90 minutes will give us the true picture of where those teams stand. Remember, we had a break. So to get back momentum, to get back form, to get back shape, it's like a restart of the league and a restart for the teams.
Well, right off the bat, I can tell you something that I've observed about the Canaries team. Let me just first get through the team news, and then I will, you might probably realize that observation from just me giving out the team news. But we'll start with Dennery, who are currently on the attack, just on top of the box. They are now in a blistering shot just past the right upright of Kimari John, who is in goal for Canaries. In front of him, Elias Jones, Kingsley Henry, MacArthur Louis, and Jardel Mitchell. That makes up the back 4. In midfield, Jerry Regis, Alex Longville, and Dwayne Jabatis. Of course, Derv Jabatis, that name would have been familiar to View Fortunes, is now in the Canaries squad as the starting striker, and he's flanked by Cassius Joseph and Donovan Jabatis. For Dennery, Zanzibar Reynolds comes in for Anton Richard in goal. He's not even on the playing list. So I have to wonder if he's picked up maybe an injury or definitely not available. Newton Marshall, MacGyver Raymond, Shaquan Dorvius, and McKenny Flavius make up the back 4 for this Dennery outfit. Javel Fauché, Elijah Joseph, and Shervius Okuli in the midfield, with Gavin Reggie, the number 9, who normally goes down the middle. He's flanked today, as well as Shaquille William. Jimmy Prosper is down the middle for Dennery. Any observation there with the Canaries lineup?
It seems to be the same lineup to a certain extent, and for some reason, I don't know, Eli, if it's my eyes playing tricks on me, but they seem to be more ready. You know, when I watch the approach of the Canaries team, everybody seems to be more alert than normal. I know normally when we are in the middle of the park, we have a higher elevation, and we're not given that luxury down here at the Philip Master Grounds. But it seems to me that the Canaries team look more ready. It's as if like the break did them well. So now it's an opportunity to see if they can put what they practice it during the off days. And clearly we could see Donovan already on the attack on the left side. He's one of the main, well, he should be the main player rather for Canaries, trying to get this ball across. Unsuccessful with this one. Good clearance there by Dennery. But just my observation, Eli. You know, because even when during the carnival season I passed around, and I could have realized that loads of fields were employed with young players trying to put in the hours, put in the effort to be ready for today.
Well, if you just notice a certain number 9 for Canaries just won the ball back then, that being in the person of MacArthur Louis, he's deputizing in the center of defense.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, good observation, Eli. Actually, I was looking for him. I thought probably he have changed his number or so.
But he changed his hairstyle.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Gone away from the locks.
So something has changed. So everything has changed.
Everything.
The hairstyle, he kept the number, the position has changed. So again, it shows us a different arm of what he can do, how he can adapt to certain situations. So most probably somebody may have gotten injured and he has to fit in that slot. If you remember clearly, Eli, I think it was against the game they drew. Which
Grozile, he came off the bench and scored that curler.
And then he fell back into defense to ensure that
yes.
So it's something that they have been working on. He seems to be now a utility player.
Well, I've always revered him as one of the more dangerous strikers, I think, around the place. He has the lot. He can hold up the play. He can take on his man. He's good in the air. Can kick with both feet. Has a turn of pace. Link up play is good as well. And clearly, as you can see from today, he can stick a boot in as well, deputizing the center of defense. Not the first time we've seen an attacking player deputize. We made mention of Marve Rizme, who in Choisel's previous match deputized in the center of defense. We saw him in his more traditional attacking berth. We would have players like Showtime at Leclerc.
Do similar.
Who would have been able to play in a multitude of different positions. So nothing new here. But of course, you have to wonder. David Henry is not on the bench for Canaries, so you have to wonder if Derv Jean-Baptiste up front is going to have enough punch, enough bite in the attacking third with MacArthur Louis back in the defense.
Yeah, so it should be very interesting. Players out of position to a certain extent, and both teams desperate for points.
Interesting adjustment made by Elisha Markey, the coach of the DENNERY squad. Jamie Prosper, normally on the flank, but if you know him from his exploits at the club level, he's a very prolific goal scorer at the club level. So we've seen him shift into a central area today with Gavin Reggie now flanking him. So a couple of changes made from what we normally see from both of these teams. Let's see how it'll pan out.
Meantime, it is possession for DENNERY in midfield. One touch and two touch passing. Big time clearance there. You can't miss him at the back with the headband. Sort of a kind of retro look. Donovan getting to break on the left side.
And unleashes a thunderous shot.
A little too far out. Goalkeeper saw it all the way.
I think the thinking here for Canaries will be to shoot on sight of the absence of Anton Richard.
Test the goalkeeper.
Yeah, the huge frame of Anton Richard, national goalkeeper, out of this game. Canaries will be chomping at the bit.
Sure bet. We saw Donovan already testing him. Earlier on, somebody tried a shot from way out as well. So something that they have planned or trying to employ.
Two teams in Canaries and DENNERY that are not shy of taking a shot. Maybe you can throw Mabuya in there as well. Teams that, as long as they get within 20-25 yards of goal, and there's a clear sight of goal, they're taking a shot. Cassius Joseph, Messi on the ball there.
Ball comes across in the area. Surely don't want to miss there.
Nice bit of footwork there.
Fouling. Remember, don't have much time in the area to do that. You need to sort out your feet as quick as possible to get a shot in.
Dennery have lost a few players from last season. We just saw Riddle Stanislas in the first game playing for Grosley. He would have been one of their standout players.
Yeah, you see again.
Very simple goal.
And you have to play to the whistle as well. If you look at the indication there by Canaries, already looking towards the area 1 to see if they could get a response on raising the flag. Rather than put pressure on the football, our guy who is a utility player, again, you can see he's not a natural defender. He was hoping for a rescue. However, didn't come, and Tori and Joseph getting on the score sheet for Dennery in the early in the encounter.
I think it's Jamie Prosper that scored that goal, the number 11. The number 11, Jamie Prosper, would have been the one to net that goal for...
Is it?
Yeah, right there. Number 11.
Yes, Jamie Prosper. Yeah.
I was just making the point earlier on that an interesting change there by Elisha Marquis. Prosper is normally on the flank. He's gone through the center, and I was talking about at the club level, he's a very prolific goal scorer. So you can actually see immediate dividends being paid there by Dennery for making that change.
Ball bouncing around in defense.
In an attempt to restart the game quickly, Canaries got themselves all in a muddle there.
But what do you think? This early goal, does that change the plans of the Canary setup?
Well, I think Canaries play how they play. Canaries play how they play. It's Dennery who sometimes I wonder about. I know Dennery has this very high energy, high pressing, normal style of play. So my thinking is going to be, is Dennery going to make any sort of adjustment in terms of how they will approach this game? I mean, they need all 3 points. Are we going to see a Dennery team that's going to go all out? Because Dennery are normally, the Dennery of recent times, they don't rack up a huge number of goals in games. They score 2 goals and they set up shop.
Right.
So
close from very early.
Yeah. So wanted to see how that'll work for them since they've scored very early. Is it a scenario where it's going to be cat and mouse?
Yeah. Let's look and see. Should be very interesting between the two. Seems to be a lot of pressure now on the Canaries team. But when I look around the squad, I don't see any heads have dropped so far, Eli. They would want to continue and see how best they could carve open a chance for the likes of Donovan.
Well, Canaries is not a team that gives up. I've never seen them quit in a game. And to be fair, I don't think I've ever seen Canaries walloped either. I think they're always in the game more often than not.
Yeah, now it's a corner in favor of Dennery. There's a little more purchase on this one. Had that ball come across with a little more whip, the neck muscles could have been employed, and who knows, we might just create another chance. But it's another corner for Dennery. Comes across, not able to beat the first pole.
I must say the conditions are pretty good down there at the Philip Marsley grounds. Good conditions for playing. It's not too hot. It's no rain. The pitch seems to be playing pretty well.
So perfect setting for some good football.
Trying to figure out who that was, just making that run out of midfield there for Dennery. Looked like Elijah Joseph.
Canaries having difficulty coming out of their own half. They seem to be playing that ball too slow, Eli. So Dennery with the press able to intercept passes. I don't think we have seen a situation where they started from the back and was able to work that ball all the way through, because Dennery, based upon that goal, they have this little more energy now to get at Canaries.
Yeah, and that's what Dennery does. You know, they all action, they press. From the, and Jabatis is on there, he gets onto that ball there. Dangerous scenario there for Dennery, but they handle it eventually.
Yeah, it's one thing, Eli, wanting to play from behind, but you must be ready for it. The movement has to be there, the one touch and two touch. Very rare that you want to play from behind and want to control that ball. You don't have that time. Players have to buy into that. You don't have that time at the back playing from the back.
And what we have seen from Dove Jabatis from last season, his numbers are not prolific. For the most part, he came off the substitutes bench last season, or obviously behind the leading goal scorer Obafemi Poyot. But if he gets a decent enough chance, he'll put it away. Nice turn there by Reggie. Joseph on the ball now for Dennery.
Offside call versus Dennery. Probably wanted that pass a little quicker.
You know the old saying, as a winger, you're looking all along the line, so you should not find yourself in an offside position.
I think when the ball was played into his teammate, he was already in motion. He was already in motion.
Dennery starting to impose their will a little bit then. That would have been probably the goal of the season so far if that had gone in.
Yeah, good ability, good technique.
Not too far away.
Yeah, basically, just taking it upon himself to put this one across with pace. And had it been on target, the goalkeeper surely would have been troubled. And we see Canaries on the attack. Good defending there by Dennery.
Interesting encounter so far, Critic?
Yeah, because remember I told you early, Eli, 6 and 7, the table doesn't lie. So there is not much between the two, but as of now, Prosperity's goal makes the difference. But I expect that game to be this sort of game throughout the 90 minutes. We see an infringement just outside the box area. So it's a free kick Now for Canaries. Can we see the magical left foot of Cassius Joseph?
Well, before we see that, Donovan Jabati seems to be in a spot of bother there. Heard him scream out there. He's getting back to his feet. Looks like also well that ends well. Hobbling just a little bit, just a little gingerly, but seems to be okay. Makafa Louis coming across to him just to check on him.
And we have Cassius behind the football.
So, Yuan Dega saw curl one in from a similar position.
Good memory.
Mindu Philippa.
Yeah. Left footer as well.
Yeah. Is he? Can you tell?
Yeah,
can you tell?
Yeah, you're right.
Another corner.
Good effort there by Donovan. Taking this one on the bounce.
Of course, Leclerc would have participated in the CFU Club Shield.
Donovan getting some kicking practice. Not in range just yet. That's 2 on the bounce. Very dangerous player for his home team, Canaries.
Was just making mention, Leclerc would have participated in Group A. Would have drawn their first encounter with FC Rincon. And would have won the second game via forfeiture. Capo is out of Haiti. A no-show. So they did not finish in a bad position in the group, but of course you had to win the group to move on. And they were not able to secure the requisite points. A Swiss format, 6 teams in a group, but only 2 games to be played. Very similar to what we see in the UEFA Champions League with 36 teams in a group, but you play 8 games. So it's a similar format to that. And of course they will be back in action in the Semi-Pro Football League. But as it stands, it's Dennery up a 1-0 against Canaries right here at the Philip Masley grounds.
Yeah, the game in itself seems to be like a little cat and mouse. You know, both teams try to get at each other. Donovan employed to do some defending there right now. Seems to be a long throw in to be attempted by Dennery. Dennery able to keep possession. A loose pass in the area. Long raking pass towards the right side of attack.
Joseph just getting around there. Seemed to have been tugged back a little bit. Referee
so
allowing play to go on.
Play the advantage. Recovery by Dennery. Ball goes all the way back to the goalkeeper.
Kenny Flavius, number 16 there for Dennery. MacGyver Raymond, the number 2 with the white headband. Believe he may also be donning the captain's armband as well, MacGyver Raymond.
Yeah, as much as McCaffrey is been deployed in that position, Eli, I don't think he looks quite comfortable just yet. You know, it's one thing to be able to play certain positions in the field, but to be comfortable and play the role well. I think he's having a little difficulty with his timing. You know, I see many times he gets onto the football, but it goes out of touch.
Well, I can definitely tell you that's not where he wants to be playing.
Yeah, he'd rather be up front.
Sloppy play there by Dennery, giving the ball away. Jean-Baptiste there, not strong enough on the ball. Dispossessed.
But Dennery showing a little more hunger, Eli, in this encounter. A more want of the football, a more purpose. Because they know how desperate they need those 3 points.
I was saying to you a little earlier on in the evening, I think Canaries also has carnival.
Really, this weekend?
I think so.
Oh, gosh. St. Lucia has the most carnivals.
It's a staple there. The community carnivals have become staple like community jazz for the jazz festival.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, Eli, that community jazz should be held before the community carnival should be held before the actual carnival. So when we culminate with the big carnival, that's it. That should be a foul, yeah. Ball going up the other side. That is the. Come on, man. Get up there, man. Stop making a meal out of that. Nothing really happened. Get up there, man. Yeah. Yeah.
He just got hit by a flailing arm there.
Yeah. Searching pass to the right side there. Able to stay in touch. Good effort there by Dennery. Ball coming across. Not able to control properly and putting this one behind the net, but good effort.
Yeah, Jimmy Prosper, the goal scorer there. His touch letting him down a little bit.
Dennery getting to the ball first. Interceptions, keeping possession. Now you see an effort on goal there by Derv. Very high standards, I must say.
I was about to say, you took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say, if this were Masha Grounds, that's what would have been said. Your standards are too high.
Yeah. Oh, yes. But that's what strikers do. They go on attempts. One should be interesting. Cassius right in the back of the defender. I think the Canaries team, in their efforts to get back into this game, I'm trying to figure out the mode of attack. I see them at some point in time, they use the flank, especially Donovan. Another time I see they bypass the midfield and try to go long into Derv. So they have not just settled just in time in terms of what they want to do.
And just by your observation, I would think they would want to play the ball through to either Cassius or Donovan. These are the two more creative players on the Canaries team. And allow them to use their craft and their guile to try to create something for Dove.
Meantime, we see good recovery there by Dennery, especially in midfield. Just showing out, throwing this one away. Dennery playing from behind. Ball into midfield, loose pass. We have a searching pass there from Dennery. We also have a player down in the middle. We're going to be here tomorrow again, Eli, at the Philip Master Grounds with two other clashes in the semi-pro league. Like you mentioned, seems to be a nice ground, nice atmosphere, nice temperature, some nice breeze coming through as well. Breezy facility.
Well, tomorrow's fixtures, since you've prompted me to say, is going to, we're going to see Mabuya Valley take on South Castries at 6 p.m. Mabuya Valley at the top of the semi-pro league table with 2 wins from 2 matches. And Vefor South at 8 p.m. The home team, they will be taking on Soufrière. We've seen a couple of impressive performances from Soufrière, despite the fact that they may not necessarily have the points on the table that they would like.
A good shot on target there by Dennery, just to interrupt you a bit. Dennery still keeping possession of the football. Trying to cut this ball back onto the penalty spot. Dennery winning himself a corner. You just mentioned, Eli, that Mabuya, they are on top of the tree. And which team is in second position?
not too difficult. I will just head on over to slusemipro.com. Check out the
Standings.
standings. Central Castries.
Good enough.
Marbella Valley, Central Castries, Leclerc. Central Castries and Leclerc are effectively tied at all levels. They've both scored 4 goals from 2 games and not conceded any. Marbella Valley have scored 8 goals from their 2 games, conceded 2. Don't forget that that East Coast derby against Dennery.
Against Dennery, yeah, they were
late winner.
yeah, they were triumphant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we see another corner here for Dennery. Ball was able to evade everybody. A long raking pass to see if Dove too funny. Switch there by Dove.
Very good
With outlet
ball
pass.
there.
Cassius unable to get a proper shot on. Oh, not bad at all. Good effort there by Canaries.
Very well constructed by Canaries. Unfortunately, that volley, I think he hit it true. He hit it well, but unfortunately, it was straight down the throat of the goalkeeper.
But they must be commended for that sequence of play. Dove did very well and able to get an outlet with Cassius. Cassius attempting a shot, but realized that he was unable. Then we on the attack. Kaffa using his experience there, getting himself between the player and the ball. The player and himself had no choice but to foul him. Good experience.
Javel Fauché there from Dennery, the number 21, a little too eager.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he had ventured forward from his midfield berth and
You want to lose that spot.
did not want for a counter to happen on them.
Canaries keeping possession of the football. Again, Donovan getting closer and closer every time. Goalkeeper, of course, had this one covered. Interesting cross-pass field in defense for Dennery. You know, if you remember a player called John Fashanu. You heard about the name before, Eli?
Tell me.
John Fashanu.
Oh, good take there by Durvan.
Dove get into the area and not able to find the back of the net. I'm thinking that Dove, he got into there, but I
The
think
defender is the one that took it away from him.
that's right. Yeah, I'll just
As
get
I'm
into
saying,
that.
I just spoke so glowingly about Durvan.
Yeah,
Said if
yeah.
he gets a good chance, he'll take it. And
He probably needed to be a little sharper. You know. But not bad at all. Canaries getting closer and closer. Good recovery from Canaries.
Very good recovery. They were in trouble there for a second. Nakafa Louis has definitely been in the wars. Looks like he got a little bit of a boot to the face. Not a boot, but maybe a flailing arm. He's up and ready to go.
Be ready to go.
Jovel Fauché still on the ground. Looks like he's clutching at his left leg there.
The spray or the sponge, one of the two will do the trick. Remember now players are not heavily guarded like before. Also the quality of boots, very light, so you're basically sort of naked to a certain extent when it comes to footwear and safety. We see the physio for Dennery coming on. Immediate attention. It looks like Dennery has a lot of physios, Eli. Maybe they work on a shift basis.
It's definitely good to have depth in your squad.
We're gonna
Of course, the regular physio for Dennery, Al Leos, probably unavailable this evening.
Yeah, probably has a night off. We continue with action right here at the Philip Master Ground. Canaries trying to make some infield. Dennery able to get that ball out of the area.
Then we now on the break again. I think that's a bad decision there. If he had looked to his right, he would have seen Shaquille William darting downfield, opted to go to his left, and that ball was intercepted by Canaries.
Dennery got on the score sheet to a certain extent very early, and haven't really threatened per se. They may have some glimpses of goal, but not really threatened. I mean, we saw a shot from way out, which was promising. But I don't think Dennery has been able to put it together and show control. Meanwhile, we see Canaries as well not being able to get into threatening positions. We saw a little glimpse of what Derv could offer, but the Dennery defense was able to recover. I think we've seen where both teams, Eli, sort of showing a little too much respect for each other.
Very interesting there by Dwayne Jabatis of Canaries. Was rolling around on the floor. Ball came within his vicinity, got up, poked it, and went back down.
A lot of pressure on Derv to make that ball stick.
I think he went for a dummy instead of the flick.
Yeah, a little tough for him. Not able to get that true pass, because he has that burst of speed where he can take on his opponents, but not able to get that pass he so desire.
I don't think he's had a bad first half.
Yeah.
He's been able to link up the play a little bit a couple of times. Played in Cassius nicely a little while ago. Was able to get in himself, only to be scooped by the defender. It's been a decent outing for him. There's been nothing funny about his performance tonight. It's been impressive enough.
Yeah. As you know, football is serious business. No time for funny business. But let's see how it continues. Shouldn't be much time left in the first half. DENNERY would or can work with this 1-0 lead, which would push them on the table if the score remains the same. The referee seems to be having a very quiet game as well, Eli. Many a times we hear persons saying that the referees want to be the main show, but I think in both encounters they have done very well as well.
And there's the halftime whistle. It's 1-0 right here at the Philip Marsler grounds in favor of DENNERY over CANARIES. We'll be back with you guys in just a few minutes for the second half.
Back to live action here at the Philip Master Ground. You're witnessing second half action in the encounter Canaries versus Dennery. Dennery leads 1-0. Goal scored by Jimmy Prosper. Of course, Eli, in the second half, really gives us the true picture. Can Dennery hold on? Or can Canaries muster or create chances to change the scoreline?
Well, I think Canaries needs to be in the mold of getting shots away at the goal. Zanzibar Reynolds, not too familiar with him as a goalkeeper, but he's standing in for Anton Richard. Definitely is lacking the stature of Anton Richard. So far, he's not really had much to do in the goal. It's either shots have been wayward or straight down the middle to him. So Canaries should be thinking not necessarily about creating the perfect opportunity, but an opportunity to test the goalkeeper.
Most definitely. Here's one thing I like about the semi-pro league this season around, Eli, is the mere fact that various facilities are going to be used island-wide. So basically, you have to make it count. When you look at the fixture list, we often speak about home and away. But in St. Lucia, I think it's based on different venues and how you can adapt as quick as possible. Meantime, we have an attack on the left side for Dennery.
Yeah, nice
Ball cuts up, comes across, dealt with the defense of Canaries. Just to go back to my point, Eli, the mere fact that the league are going to be using several venues, we should see that test the mettle of various teams. There's a situation trying to be organized there. Canaries able to keep the football. Cassius, known for his trickery. Ball goes out of touch. It's a throw in for Canaries. Of course, Eli will be going all over the island. And again, this is part of the league trying to bring football to the people.
Yeah, more interestingly for me is the variation of play team to team as it pertains to grass versus turf. Last season we had quite a few of the matches played on turf. Just the last few matches down here at the Philip Marsler grounds. This time around it's been sort of the reverse. We've had the majority of matches played on grass and a few matches played on turf at the Deriso playing field. So I'll be curious to see how certain teams who are used to. So for example, Dennery, they're used to playing on a turf pitch, and they've not fared the best so far on grass. I don't know if it's down to the grass or if it's down to other things. So we did mention that there are a couple of players that are no longer with the Dennery outfit, but that's going to be curious for me to see.
Yeah. How the players adapt to certain conditions. Yeah. We see Cassius trying to put in a pass for Donovan, but pass was behind him. And then we keep in possession.
Of course, you need to remember that the goalkeepers only have 8 seconds.
Yes,
to get rid of that ball. Or
very interesting law by FIFA. But I like it though.
Ends up in a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to keep the game flowing.
Yes.
We see that happening all too often where goalkeepers take an eternity and run the clock down.
Throw into Canaries. Canaries jostling for position. However, recovery, sorry, by Dennery. Ball goes out of touch. Big clearance there by Dennery. Canaries yet to impose themselves in the second half. They need to get on the score sheet.
Not too sure of the composition of the bench for Canaries. I think they have 4 substitutes. But if there's any way I could get MacArthur Louis out of the back and up front, I would do it.
I think they're basically managing the time in the game. And who knows, Eli, he should have some exploits up front because you need someone who could put the ball behind or the back of the net. I mean, they just have to risk a midfielder to drop back in terms of playing centre back and push MacArthur up front. But they will have to do it in a timely fashion because we were just into 50 minutes or so into the full 90. So I'm thinking within about the 75th minute there, about the coaching staff of Canaries may want to tinker with the formation and send MacArthur up front.
Hopefully, at that point in time, they are still in
within
the game.
Yes, still within the 1-0 frame. Yeah. There is a goal, Eli, out of nothing. It was not meant to be a. It was meant to be a cross, but however, the whip and the pace on that. It looks like Donovan, is it?
And that's what I'm talking about, critic. You have a goalkeeper who is not the regular goalkeeper for Dennery in the goal. And as I indicated, not the same sort of stature that Anton Richards commands in goal.
It's a defender, actually. It seems to be the right back.
And that ball that was just lofted in there. Well, not lofted in, it was whipped in.
Whipped in, yeah.
But meant to be a cross, as you indicated, but it was on the frame of the goal, and the goalkeeper could not get.
I think the goal scorer is Elias Jules. I think he's the right back for.
Elias Jones, yes, the right back.
Yeah, the right back for Canaries. But it's like the lottery, Eli. If you don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance.
And look at that. And look at this.
And
it's a penalty.
Look at how the game has just changed around. I would love to see the replay.
Wow. I think that's a bit harsh. I want to see the replay as well.
We want to see the
but the
replay on
proximity of the player there. What does he do with his arm? The ball just ricocheted off of the defender and hit him on the arm.
The game has those rules, Eli. Goalkeeper plays to the centre back. Poor first touch.
So this is not a shot being taken here. He's looking to clear the ball. Clears it onto the defender. The ball ricochets up and hits his arm. He's right next to him. I think that's a bit harsh. I mean, the referee is obviously not going to change his mind, but...
Well, it's a bit harsh, but it's very harsh. But it seems to be MacArthur, Eli, behind the ball.
Well, that's one way to get him up front.
Yeah, Eli indicated it's a bit tough on the defender. Yeah. And just as we were speaking of chances being created and bringing Canaries back into the game,
Literally within a minute, they might be going from 1-0 down to 2-1 up.
Yeah.
Literally within a minute.
Very tough on the defender right there. Careful behind this one.
If the attacking player is in possession and kicks the ball and it hits the arm of the defender in that position, I'm okay. But the defender is the one clearing the ball, ricochets off the attacking player, goes up into the air, hits him on the arm, and I think that's a little bit harsher. Dennery will feel a little hard done by that. You can hear it's absolute quiet in the ground here at Philip Master Grounds, outside of one or two CANARIES supporters who are relishing that penalty. But there you go, MacArthur, despite the fact that he's playing in defense, he still gets his goal.
Two defenders getting on the score sheet. The right back and the centre back.
The centre back.
Yeah. And you remember, you did mention that the testing of the goalkeeper, surely not comfortable playing from the back as well. So, can we lead it down to goalkeeping error?
I wouldn't put it as a goalkeeping error. The defender was in possession of the ball. He took 2 touches. He took a first touch to control. He turned. He had enough opportunity to do stuff. But CANARIES now look energized.
Very much so. CANARIES can play another 90. Dennery on the attack. Good clearance there by CANARIES. So the game has certainly take a twist. CANARIES lead 2-1.
You know, CANARIES was very famous for their bread. You think?
They are custom with bread. And they like their bread hot with butter or cheese. So certainly, then we have provided the cheese. Can we have the bread already? All right, now the game has gained a little momentum because
Yeah, the tempo has definitely picked up.
Yeah, because those 2 goals certainly have changed the outcome so far. Oh. Clash of heads right there.
Nasty clash of heads too. I was saying for 53, 54 minutes, Dennery were on top of this game. And within 2 minutes, the game has turned completely on its head. No pun intended with the head injury.
Well, of course, you'd see both physios rush onto the field. Ice would be used in this instance, I'm thinking.
Of course, back in our time, Critic, we were not very knowledgeable about concussions. Get a blow to your head, you'll, as we say in our local parlance, you 2D. Some smelling salts or
Back on track.
back on track. These days, you have to be careful of those.
Concussion protocols.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. Hence the reason why the Semi-Pro Football League has made it mandatory that each team has a physio.
That's right.
To be able to deal with those. And of course, there's also a doctor on hand. At the moment, the CANARIES player who's down looks worse for wear. Not sure exactly who it is.
Yeah, the Dennery player was able to show a sign of recovery, that is.
Dennery player is still down, but
both of them are still down, yeah.
The CANARIES player is sat up now, and the can definitely see the concern on the faces of
the
like Cassius Joseph,
yeah.
is it? Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah. And he's a
Number
very
10
short
there.
guy too, so. Cassius seems to able to get up on his own power and walk. While we still see the Dennery player. He went back down again, Eli. Might have to be an indication for a substitute.
A little concern there.
Getting some attention again. He was definitely not having enough strength to make it on his own. Action continues. Game has resumed. If you just join us, initially the score was 1-0 in favor of Dennery. However, we got a situation where the two chances and Canaries taking both chances and swinging the game in their favor. 2-1 they lead now. Pressure now on Dennery, Eli. Can they come back from this?
Is it that I am seeing that there's been a switch between the two Jean-Baptiste, Donovan and Dove? And there you go. There you have it. Apply pressure to the keeper, test the keeper. You would think that is what Canaries would want to do coming into the second half. And the keeper's inexperience at the back has shown is. I think the Anton is known as Onana for the use of his feet. And this one might be Onana. Because that was nothing doing there.
Yeah, I think you call it right, Eli, when you made mention that the Canaries team should really test the goalkeeper from Dennery, not knowing of his skill set or his prowess or his experience, but clearly not too comfortable. Thereby gifting this one to Canaries, and Canaries now lead 3-1.
Dennery conceding a number of goals once again. Saw them concede 3 against Mabuya Valley. They've already conceded 3 here against Canaries. Very uncharacteristic of Dennery. Normally very solid defensively.
Yeah, but they look soft at the back tonight for sure. You made mention of Anton not available. You would have thought that the second string would at least show some face. But right now, clearly Canaries, they are in the driver's seat.
Those 3 goals conceded tonight now bring Dennery's total up to 8 goals conceded so far from...
3 encounters.
Well, the third one is not over yet.
Yeah.
The third one is ongoing. Put that into perspective, Dennery conceded 3 goals in the entire league phase last season.
Wow.
And then 4 in the playoff. So they conceded a total of 7 goals for the entirety of the season.
They've blown offside. Yeah, then we're gonna find it very, very hard to come back from this one. I think they were deflated by that third goal, Eli. It's one thing to be scored on, but the manner of the goal, you know. I think that took the air out of Dennery.
Particularly when you're a team that's not used to conceding. The inquest that's from on the field of play, it goes back into team meetings, and if it's not managed properly and the right words spoken to players, you know, it can fester into something that you don't want if you're Dennery. What a goal can do. MacArthur Louis looking all of a sudden a lot more comfortable in his central defensive position this evening. And another ball played across the face of goal there. And it's all lashed there. And he lost his boot even. Alex Longville there. Lost his composure and his boot.
You have those situations in football.
Dennery needs to get going and get going quickly.
Offside flag.
If you just joining us and you looking at the scoreline, 3 goals to 1 in favor of Canaries, you may be thinking it's been all Canaries in this encounter. Not the case. All 3 goals have come in the second half, all within a span of about, 7-8 minutes?
Yeah. The whole composition of the game has changed, you know, Eli. From me talking about points on the table and all of this, Eli, all this has changed. Interesting passage of play there for Dennery. Ball comes across. Easily dealt with.
Foul call in favor of Dennery.
I don't know if you have realized too, Eli, the lighting at the Philip Master grounds is perfect, I could say. No dark spots, good lighting compared to what was there before.
Yeah. I even asked if some work was done on the surface. I was told
it
that
seems so, you know.
I was told that there was nothing done recently, but the surface looks immaculate.
Yeah, it seems. I just took a little walk on it, and it seems very, really even. Pressure, good pressure there by Canaries. Because they want to ensure that those 3 points are within their sight.
Good ball by Dove Jean-Baptiste there. Oh, what a goal line clearance there. Wow, just wow. Excellent football there by
all around football.
By Canaries.
And good
you
defending.
Think it deserved the goal, but it was not to be.
Desperate defending there by Dennery as well.
Was that Messi that just looked to chip that one over there, Cassius Joseph? Fantastic ball played in by Dove Jean-Baptiste. From the right flank, he seemed to have switched to Donovan Jean-Baptiste. So Donovan down the middle, Dove down the flank, and that was the ball of the game thus far. Unable today, you go a nice replay of it.
Was it the play of the game?
Wow.
Good all around football, Eli. The Dennery defender must be given credit, never give up. Because clearly that ball was destined for the back of the net. And interesting too, Eli, he was able to defend that ball and not get injured.
Post.
That's right.
I saw that. I saw that. Speedy was recovering at the clattering into the upright would not have been a nice encounter.
Yeah, it won't be a pretty sight at all. Searching long raking free kick there for Dennery. No.
Interestingly enough, I've not observed that. I mean, from the times of the goal, I mean, it's probably one of the more difficult things for a coach to do during the game. I've not seen Dennery sort of make any sort of adjustments in terms of what they've been doing. They've just kept on doing what they've been doing from the first half.
Yeah.
They obviously need to get more bodies forward. I mean, if you down 2 goals, you want to try and get back into the contest. But they sort of look a little devoid of ideas right now.
I think also too, Eli, you must make the point that Dennery lack weapons. We saw the exploit of Jamie Prospect, you mentioned earlier in the game, but other than Jamie, who else? I don't see anybody trying to, put themselves forward to lead the attack or something of the sort.
Reader Stanislas.
There you go. He's
Yeah,
gone. He's
yeah.
gone. So no more of those persons, but the other individuals who are members of the team. You know what? In a situation like this, what can you do to lift your team out of this situation?
Long punt down the field there. And
So right about now, Eli, just about managing the time. I think we've gone past 75 minutes. The next 15 should just be keeping Dennery at bay and keeping that ball away from them. I don't know if they were going to risk some opportunities to push themselves forward at so late in the encounter after being 2 down. But
Well,
let's see.
still a lot of time to manage. We saw a goal come in about the 81st, 82nd minute. Good defending there. Excellent defending there by
Longville?
Kingsley Henry,
Henry.
the number 4. I was saying we saw a 2-goal lead cut back to a 1-goal lead in the first encounter, and that happened in the 81st, 82nd minute, there and thereabout. We're in the 78th minute right now, so still a ways to go. 12 odd minutes plus stoppage time.
Yeah.
And we did see this game turn on its head in all but 7 or 8 minutes. So let's see what this game still has in store for us. Of course, let me just say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you guys watching via the live stream, whatever time zone you're in. Thank you for joining us. This third round encounter of the Semi-Pro Football League Premier League Division. We just have a little bit of a stoppage there.
I think that is a little injury or tackle on Cassius again. He's been through the walls tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Messi looks like he's still on the pitch in the number 10 there. Yes, he is.
And the squad is thin, like you mentioned, and with much substitutes. So you might have to ride out the full 90.
I think Jurel Mather has come in for Jari Regis whilst the break was on. Dove, too funny, finding something funny on the pitch.
Yeah, miscontrolled by the defender, by the left back.
My boy, come, don't forget that. Okay, go, don't give up, right.
Canary is able to recover quickly. I see the number 22 coming into the game, Eli. And And you hear the applause from the crowd. Seems to be a crowd favorite.
That's Jurel Mathra. Dove Ziobati seems to be really dictating the pace of play from the right flank. The time he's been moved to the right flank.
Yeah, he seems to be quite comfortable on the football as well. And demanding the football, so throwing other players in as well and making some good passes.
And also pointing as to where he wants the runs made. Just saw a while ago a defender making a run and pulling, or an attacker making a run and pulling the defender out, and him passing the ball into feet for Jurel Mathra. And then just more recently we saw him play that ball just down that right channel for Donovan Jean-Baptiste to run onto. Unfortunately, he was called offside.
Let's do it again. Good patience shown by Canaries, just keeping possession of the football.
Commentators curse.
Big time. You just played a simple pass to number 8 next to him.
Or gone back to Jean-Baptiste, who had pulled out wide.
There you go.
You know, sometimes players might, get a little bit of a rush of blood to the head when they are in an advantageous position, not necessarily recognizing the game situation and, the change of pace that's required for the specific scenario.
Yeah.
But 84 minutes into the contest, up 2 goals, I would think you would want to try to keep possession as much as possible.
Yeah, just knock that ball around, keep possession within your half. A substitution there by DENNERY late into the encounter.
Clears forward on for McKenny Flavius.
Player seems to be down for Canaries as well. Ball comes across. Goalkeeper doing just enough. And it's a goal kick to Canaries. It seems like going to be a defeat for DENNERY, Eli. They're yet to get on the winning scale of the table.
Behind you, shot.
Of course, we're going to be back here tomorrow again, folks. 2 encounters. This time we're going to be starting from 6 p.m.
Two promoted teams going to be in action tomorrow. South Castries and V4 South.
That will be the second matchup.
Well, V4 South is playing in the second encounter, and South Castries in the first.
Yeah. South Castries.
South Castries going up against top of the table Marbella Valley. While V4 South take on
Soufre.
a resurgent Soufre team.
Yeah. Keeper making amends. Was able to deal with this one. We're approaching the 90-minute mark. Tough night at the office for Dennery and their supporters.
Just a little over 2 minutes left in the regulation time, and of course, whatever the match official, Junior George, decides to add on. One thing I must say, we've had two pretty clean games. I think the first game, there was one yellow card just for pulling a player back late on in the game. And, oh, there's a goal there. Dennery pulling one back with just over a minute to go in regulation.
Was it a shot? Was it a cross?
A short cross?
Oh, cross. A cross. Here it comes.
It's a header. Good header.
Good goal. So now we have a similar fashion to the other game. A nail-biting finish. It's 3-2 in favor of Canaries. Referee helping the Dennery player up. And we see a dramatic finish.
Just about to say both games tonight have sort of come down to the wire. If you missed the first encounter, Grosley surprisingly going down 2-1 against Roselle.
A foul on Dove. Dove using a little gamesmanship. Interesting position of that free kick, Eli.
Very much so. The natural left foot of Cassius Joseph has been sent into exile. It's Donovan Jabatis eyeing that up.
I think he's going to try to power this one through the wall. Let's see if the wall can do its job. Because we know of the weakness to a certain extent of the goal of the Dennery goalkeeper.
Standards too high?
Poor technique there by Donovan Jabatis. Whatever he was thinking certainly didn't manifest.
Well, we're into the second minute of 5 added on, so Dennery now know they have just about 3 more minutes to get an equalizer. Canaries know they have 3 more minutes to hold on to a victory here at the Philip Masley grounds. Very interesting there. Very interesting. There's a ball outletted to Dove.
The Canaries team clamoring at Donovan to fall back. They want everybody behind the football.
Goalkeeper fell back to the ground.
Meantime, Dennery contemplating on if they too now can push up everybody in attack and just basically have the one defender and the goalkeeper. Interesting tactics by both teams.
Interesting. If there's any player you want to go down in these circumstances, the goalkeeper, he's not going to be sent off the field of play.
Oh no, not at all.
Gives your team an opportunity to regroup and bunker down for the final minute or so.
Goal kick now for Dennery, for Canaries, sorry. Not much time left. Earlier on, Dove seemed to have had the situation under control, but now he's gone a little nervous. Teammates tell him to go line with the football and still looking for a crunching pass upfield.
Yeah. Don't think Dennery has the time that they're taking there to basically carry the ball upfield. I'm going to try to get it up as quickly as possible.
Putting himself under serious pressure now.
Good block there. Good going there in the final analysis.
Goalkeeper comes to the rescue.
Kimari John. We've gone past the 5 allocated minutes for stoppage time into the 6th minute.
Goalkeeper certainly learned from his last match, Eli, to get rid of the football.
Yeah, I think he opted to throw it out the last time. It was intercepted. Composure there by McCarthy Louis, just nodding that one down to the goalkeeper. Now into the 7th minute of added on time, and we play on. And there you have it. That's the final whistle. Canaries taking all 3 points with 3 goals, getting the better of Dennery, 3 goals to 2. And that brings to a close the action here at the Philip Marcellet grounds. For myself, Elijah Williams, and the critic tennis in Glasgow. We'll catch you guys tomorrow evening where we serve up 2 more delicious fixtures. Mawea Valley, they come up against South Castries at 6 p.m. to be followed by Veyfort South versus Soufrière at 8 p.m.
Well, at the final whistle, we just saw Canaries getting the better of Dennery by 3 goals to 2. Jimmy Prosper and Nelson Jones scoring for Dennery, and Elias Jones, McAfee, and of course PCS Joseph finding the back of the net for Canaries. Don't forget, we'll be back here tomorrow for some more action. That of the St. Lucia Semi-Professional Football League for 2025. Games are at 6 and 8 respectively. Mawea Valley, they're down to play South Castries, and Veyfort South will play Soufrière. Some more music there for the DJ.
I'm not coming to work today. I can't see. No, nothing wrong with my eyes. Just can't see myself coming to work today. Thank you. In other words, I'm not doing what grass today. Don't help me my work, I have done the work today. Hands up in the nature, I have done the work today. I don't care what I'm going to do, because we keep wrong today. I've been wrong today.
Yeah. All right, I'm here with Kingsley Henry, the vice captain of the Canaries team, who just got past Dennery 3 goals to 2. You heard the scoreline, but the game in itself, what are your feelings?
I feel like in the first half, it was a bit difficult in terms of the transition and what we trained. But I feel like when we went a goal down, all we kept saying to ourselves is like, we played 3 games and we went down 1-0 at every game, but we got better. So we know that we had something to give. And then you could see in the latter stages of the first half, we put in a good shift. And when we spoke to the coach and the team, we said, okay, we come into the second half and win the game. And plus we have Wakafa Louis. Today is his birthday, so we had to win the game.
Good enough. Strange enough, you mentioned his name, but he played at the back with you,
yes.
who is normally employed at the front because of his goal scoring and his all-around play.
Yes.
How did that come about?
I don't know if you know, but McAfee Louis used to be a centre-back.
Originally?
Originally. At the youth stages, he used to be a centre-back, so it's nothing new for him. I mean, and in training he stepped up. He looked the best. Our centre back, my partner, he got a red card, so he just fit in for him.
Good. So now that you guys have gone past a team who is don't know of their history in football, good 3 points, you guys are going to be shooting up the table a bit. What are you most looking forward to in the next encounter?
Mukafa Louis at strike.
Up front.
Yes.
Right.
I want him at strike because I know I want him to win the best goal scorer in the tournament. I want him to win top prize. Everything we do is for him.
Well, I'm going to wish you guys all the best. As you're aware, I support CANARIES.
I know that.
When it comes to my local football, you guys, I really want you guys to push yourself.
Yes.
And I'm rooting for you guys.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
What's your name, my brother? Guy Raymond. Keeper, right? I'm here with MacGyver Raymond, the captain of the Dennery team, who just lost to CANARIES 3-2. MacGyver looks very much dejected, very much upset. But MacGyver, you guys have yourself to blame, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. Especially after the first 2 games where we have assessed ourselves and see our shortcomings and where we needed to improve. And in the first half today, definitely we did so because we did put in the work for the past 2 weeks that we've been on the playing field. But in the latter stages of the game, the second half, we kind of lose intensity. And from the time CANARIES got the goal, unfortunately, misjudgment. It wasn't even a strike on goal, it was just a ball around the bars there. From there, we just lost everything. Then a second mistake came, another penalty. That's in 3 games now. We have considered 4 penalties. And then the third one come from another mistake again. Defensively, we've just not been the team we've been from
Strange
the
enough,
last
you guys
edition.
had a very good record in terms of defense. This time around, I realized that Anton, your regular goalkeeper, was not available. Any situation that this goalkeeper came in?
Yeah, Anton made his way. He took a flight, unfortunately, and we also had another injury in the goalkeeping department as well. So Zanzibar to come in today, and even the unsettlement in the defense as well. We have 2 new players in the defensive line now, so it's more about adjustments with the youngsters because we've lost Ken V itself working overseas. So the team is more of a rehabilitation state, but that gives us no excuse to not put in the effort and still show the quality we have as a community.
Yeah, because I know the fans, you guys carry a lot of fans and they expect so much of you. We're very much disappointed like yourself. Any words of encouragement that you could pass on to the fans that next encounter you could make amends for your loss?
Yeah, but even from way back when, the fans know that Dennery is a community that doesn't give up at all, so they know as the tournament go by, hopefully it doesn't come too late, that we give a late push in the latter stages of this tournament, so at least we can cement ourselves a little further up in the table compared to where we're lagging right now.
All right, MacGyver, all the best. Let's see how it goes for you guys.
Yeah, thank you.